Hello, Benites, and welcome to the show. On t- Hello, Benites, and welcome to the show. On tonight's show, I'm going to talk about what the hell am I going to talk about? You can't predict what I'm going to talk about here. I don't even know. So we just watched a movie on Netflix, and it was great. Holly, what do you think? Look at the size of my freaking head. You know, I would have a full head of hair if I had a normal size head. I started it again because it's skipping, and I don't know why. Let me see something here. There it is. Maybe I have to make the intro smaller. I don't know. So hello, everyone, and good evening. Good evening, ladies. All ladies. Janaea, Lisa Ann Alugali, Veronica Miller, and J-Lo. Good evening, amigos, Holly and Nigel. Hope you're doing well. TRG, whose avatar is very similar to a little bad Ben. Hello, Jaded Gypsy Sev 1. It's a mouthful. Can I just call you Jaded? So today we got moving a little late. I went to the UPS store to get the costs for, hello, Phil, hello, Adam, of shipping the framed autographed Bad Ben 14 photos. And they wanted $64 each to ship. So I said, screw this. Hi, Deb. I am going to do this myself. I'm going to buy bubble wrap and cardboard, sandwich these things between it, and ship the shit.
Ship the shit out of it.
Well, I figure my logic is that even if, say, every other one, say the packaging I get costs $5 each, and say it cost $10 to ship, it's probably going to be like $12 because the size it's going to be. So say it costs $12 to ship plus $3, that's $15. I would have to have there's 10 of them total. So 15 hours, that would be $150 for all 10 compared to $600 shipping it through UPS. And that's 10. If 25% of them, or say one in every 4, got broken and I had to reship them, I would still save hundreds of dollars. That cost is just insane. And one of the people, and he's been very helpful, and he deserves this, but one of the people is in Germany, and I didn't see that when he ordered. That thing's probably going to cost like $100 on its own. So we went to the UPS store, which was neat because I ran into somebody that works there that I know his father's a multimillionaire. And I honestly just think this kid doesn't want to be a part of the family business. It's not like the mob or nothing. It's real estate. But yeah, he was in there. Nice guy. And then we went from there to right next door, basically sharing a parking lot, was a place called, the fuck is that called?
Royal Farms.
Royal Farms. And I got baby hash browns for the dogs. I got a plain chicken strip for me, chicken tender, and a spicy chicken tender for the spicy Mrs. Biggins. And then we just drove around. And I'm so excited. Yesterday, I found a place with potato salad that was out of this world.
And we had it for dinner tonight.
We had it for dinner tonight. I ate a lot today, so there's no telling.
You're going to be farting everywhere.
I haven't been gassy at that end. From drinking the soda, I'm a little gassy in the upper part, not the bottom part.
And then we watched White Lotus.
Oh, White Lotus sucks. Did you like that episode?
No.
Nothing's pushing the story forward. Where's Ronnie? Ronnie watches almost everything we watch. I want to know if she watched the White Lotus. Oh, she was up there first. Ronnie, do you watch White Lotus? It was Ass Lotus.
You gotta remember the cheesecake.
The what?
The cheesecake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We could have had that for dessert tonight.
I forgot about it until everything was already done.
Is that in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that costs way too much.
We'll eat it all, don't worry.
Here, I thought a cheesesteak from cheesecake from a grocery store was going to be about $8.
It should have been.
I got up there, I rang it out. It was 18.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, I gave Invasion on Apple a try. Wasn't my favorite. But tomorrow night we have Paradise to look forward to. And then Friday, Severance. How many more episodes of Severance are there?
That will be episode 7. So 7, 8, well, there was 9 last year, but I thought somebody said it was supposed to be 10. So we have at least 3 more.
That last week's episode of Severance was a setup for this week's, I think. And Holly made mention of this, and I believe she is absolutely right.
What happened?
That Apple TV is the new
Oh.
HBO. There are so many shows we're watching on Apple TV. And if you count the year, there's From Here to For All Mankind, Severance, Silo. What else, Apple TV?
Morning show.
Morning Show. And there was Servant.
Yep.
And it's just better than HBO. HBO used to be the go-to network. Saturday night at 8 o'clock, they always premiered something. But since that time, which was pre-pandemic, what has happened was so these other networks started their own streaming channel, like Paramount and Peacock. Peacock's another good network. We watched Nosferatu on that the other night. I gave you my opinions on that last night or 2 nights ago.
Tell them again.
Well, Visually, set design and all that stuff, it was incredible. Audio wise, the sound was unbelievable. But the story just didn't do it for me. I mean, I knew the story and it went okay, but the actors, all their performances were great too. But, and this is a spoiler, so cover your ears. Nosferatu had a mustache that was freaking ridiculous. And they made such a big deal about this full frontal scene.
It's nothing.
No, it looked like a clamshell to me. It looked like a bigger than average clamshell. It didn't look like a ween.
Well, they said it was this humongous thing.
Yeah, well, they made a big deal about how it was gifted to Nicholas Holt. Like I said last night, I don't know what that was about. I will tell you this much well, this is a spoiler, kind of. In the first minute of the film, there was one of the scariest jump scares I've seen in a long time. I peed.
I was here for it, so I know we did.
So I think I've been telling you that we've been shopping for dog trainers. And Sable and Archer sleep on my bed.
And on me, too.
And on her. And they have slept on my bed since the first night I got them. And the first dog trainer I talked to said the cost would be $10,000. I said, okay, I'll let you know. And I got off the phone. That's just ridiculous. The second dog trainer I spoke to was so condescending and patronizing. Oh, you can't let the dog sleep on the bed. You can't. And I said, okay, I'll get back to you. And the third dog trainer, who was the first one I contacted, she just got around to contacting me back today. But she said, I let my dog and cat sleep on my bed. They've already disproven that belief that it, whatever.
Stupid.
So she was much more reasonable, like 80% cheaper. Well, 80% would have been $2,000. So it was 90%, more like 95% cheaper. So we're probably going to go. She's like, no, it's even cheaper than that. She's training both dogs for 125 a session, and she thinks it's going to take what is this? I don't even know what that means. Freaking Amazon. That was a waste of time. She's going to train both of them for 125. And she said she thinks they'll need 4 sessions. Because one of the issues I have is anybody coming to the house to visit. Archer barks his head off and backs away like he's going to attack or he's scared. And Sable just runs up and jumps on him constantly. Although she jumps on us constantly, too. So, anyway. We'll see what we can do. It was.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah. Well, it ain't going to hurt. It ain't going to hurt to have her here at least once to see she's insane.
The person?
Yeah. I don't think she's insane. She just won't shut the fuck up either. She was like, bah, 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 bah.
Because people enjoy talking to you.
Well, she probably knows I'm a celebrity. Who do we have today that saw me and knew I was a celebrity and was intimidated?
Today?
Was it when we were driving or something? Somebody saw me?
Maybe.
They recognized that I was a celebrity and they treated me different. I'm just like you, folks. Broke, bald. Well, you're not bald. Well, Adam is.
You don't know who's bald and who isn't.
Adam shaves his head, though, I think. Adam probably just... Adam, I'm making assumptions here, so correct me. Feel free to correct me. He probably had some male pattern baldness like this and just embraced it and went for the fully shaved look. Holly wants me to fully shave.
Yes, I do.
I tell her I will when she does.
Okay, I will.
Start with your legs. All right, that's a lie.
Did you hear about Only Murders in the Building winning all the awards?
They did?
Yeah.
I thought this season was weak.
Well, it got, what do you call it? The ensemble plus Martin Short won.
Didn't Selena Gomez win?
She accepted for ensemble because Martin Short now has COVID because of
Kissing Maya Rudolph. At the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary thing, Maya Rudolph had COVID. She doesn't seem like an idiot, so I'm assuming she didn't know. She didn't know she had COVID. And she kissed Martin Short right on the lips, and then Martin Short got COVID. Thank you. Somebody donated. Thank you, Phil.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Philip is a star. Hi, Mark. Haven't seen you in a while. And what else, Hal? Because we went out to we went to Starbucks.
You did it.
Holly said she wanted Starbucks. And I will tell you, this one, which we don't normally go to, their drinks were outstanding.
Yes, they were.
Because we used to go to Dunkin' every morning, but I couldn't justify the cost anymore because it sucked. And the iced coffee she makes every day for about 88 cents, we figured it cost, is outstanding. And it's the same every day. Don't get a big head, woman.
I try.
And then we went down to Summers Point, and I stopped in Target just to walk around. Actually, I had to use their bathroom, and their bathrooms are spotless. If I needed to have surgery in a bathroom, I would want it to be Target's. Ronnie's got family coming this weekend. And they're getting doors tomorrow. I had a sliding door put in for a dog issue again to block them off from a room. And it was stained, painted with stain. And I guess because of the weather, it contracted, and now I can see the bare wood. So I don't know what stain we used so that I could fix this little spot. It would take about 2 seconds to fix. And I got to fix the screen on the front porch because the side screen, it's that real super tiny mesh I told you about. That's for no-see-ums. Bugs like gnats can't get through it. And as a result of being so tightly meshed, it doesn't let wind pass through it as well as other things do. So it's torn a little. And the guy that built that front porch enclosure used a nail gun. So it's not like, I don't think a furniture touch-up marker is going to do this, Adam, because it might. I have like 5 different partially used cans of Minwax around here.
He's the only one who notices it. I don't notice it unless he's standing there and I know to look for it. So.
Oh my God.
Oh, stop it.
Stop it.
You stop it.
You stop it. That wasn't me. Ah.
You pushed it out of me.
It's like being at the base of a volcano.
A little bit of an exaggeration, I think.
Have you ever been at the base of a volcano?
No, have you?
Yes. I saw Mount Rainier.
Of course you have.
I was 100 miles away or 60 miles away. But see, that's one thing here in South Jersey we're not used to. We're flat in South Jersey. An hour to the west, like an hour and a half to the west, it gets hilly in Pennsylvania. An hour and a half to the north in North Jersey, it gets hilly. But down here, you're like on a road and it's flat and you can see maybe a mile ahead of you or 2 miles. On top of the Parkway Bridge, you can probably see 5 miles on a clear day.
See forever.
But when you're down at the, you're on the Parkway, when you're out in Washington State, you see Mount Rainier and you're thinking in context of here You're thinking, oh, that must be like 5 miles away, and it's like 60 miles away.
By the way, in case you were curious,
I'm curious.
that's what I mean, you. I had good movement on my starter today.
You had a good bowel movement.
Stop it.
Oh, she's back to the starter again. Sourdough starter. She made me get her. She sent me a picture of a mason jar when I went into Walmart. And you know, the Walmart app tells you the aisle it's in. Well, that was cut off. So then she sends me the aisle it's in, and I find it, but there's two different sizes. So I bought both sizes because that was cut off too in the picture she sent. She just didn't give a shit. But as it turns out, she was happy with her selection. And when the hell did Girl Scout cookies go up to $6 a box?
What did they used to be?
I remember when they were $2.50.
Oh. Never bought a box of Girl Scout cookies in my life, so I have no idea.
Was that difficult to make the starter for the sourdough?
No, it's just water and flour. You just have to have patience.
Water, flour, and patience. I said water for those of you that do not live in this area where we say water.
I'm on day 12.
She's on day 12. And it basically looks like sputum.
It's not supposed to look appetizing. You're not going to eat it.
That's just water and flour, no yeast?
No, that's what you're doing. You're developing the yeast.
Because it's bacteria.
No, it's good bacteria. Yeast is good bacteria.
I never heard anybody with a yeast infection say, oh, good bacteria.
Well, it's a young starter still. Anything below 2 weeks is considered young. And if you were to take the lid off and smell it, it would smell like nail polish remover.
How long does it take to get up to usable state?
Until it starts doubling in size within about 5 or 6 hours. But because the house is cooler, it takes longer. So it's not ready to bake with yet.
A pretty name. Jerica just became a subscriber to Bad Ben TV. Are you hot?
Fine.
Is she on you?
No, she's outside.
Sable is our basement wanderer. Archer is always with us. Sable is normally with us, but then she'll get up because I think it gets too hot down here on this side. And she goes out in the other room on the couch that she's half eaten. Oh, now here's Archer because I mentioned his name. Come on up and say hello to everyone. Come on. There he is, everyone. There's beautiful Black Archer. He's such a lover boy. And now she heard us talking about her, so she came back. Hello. Hello.
Archie, Sable, come on.
Hello.
Sable. Come here, baby. Sable.
We've kind of got control of the dog situation. They're not killing each other anymore. Knock on wood. But that's why we want to have the trainer just to check them out. I remember when you used to buy those Sable. Ronnie says hello. When you used to buy those bookshelves that were like all pressed wood, cardboard and shit, and the back of them was like a piece of cardboard that was folded in three, and you would
have that upstairs.
Fold it and you nail it on the back.
That's what my bookshelves are.
Well, those always came with one of those little touch-up markers. I've got a desk in the office. They're upstairs. Well, you've seen the films, The Office, and that desk has not been. I have not sat at that desk in over 10 years. So I've thought I need to get rid of that desk, and I would like to put like a couch in there or two chairs to have a sitting room. The one thing I know was 50, they said it was 55 degrees here today, although it felt a little chillier. And all I know is that with February wrapping up, it gives us March and April until about the time we can start sitting on the back deck. Hello, Archer. Hello. Hello. Look, Archer, look. Look at the screen. Look. There's people out there. You see how his chin's becoming white? Sable's nickname given by Holly is Snickerdoodle. And I named Archer Black Biscuit. He's gray on his undercarriage now.
Did you tell them about the fish that we had and the potatoes?
Oh my God. Where's John and Patty? When we were up at Bagliani's, she read a recipe for those little potatoes, those little salt potatoes is the recipe, right? That's not what the potatoes are called.
No, the recipe is salt.
So I saw a bag of those little potatoes and I said to her, let me get them, because she talked about this recipe. And you bring the water to a boil, you put salt in it, you put the potatoes.
A lot of salt.
A lot of salt. You put the potatoes in it, then you take them out and you do something to them.
You put them back in the pot so they can develop the crust.
Why do you take them out of the pot?
Get rid of the water.
All right, so that and this fish and hi Squatch, and she made them and they were unbelievable. Was it tilapia?
Yeah.
I heard that's supposed to be shit fish, but I like it.
Who says shit fish?
Somebody said it on TV.
Well, they fucking suck.
Look, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to say that'll set her off. I really think when this dog trainer's done, I need to get a counselor in here for us.
Maybe that's her side job.
I'll say, do you deal with humans at all? There's, excuse me, I told you I was a little gassy. It's an aquarium fish. Well, that's what we ate, and it was good. And what was the fish they said that's the toughest to cook?
Halibut.
Halibut.
That's what Gordon Ramsay says.
Gordon Ramsay, that ridiculous mean man. When you see him, he's mean, but he's got a nice side. When you see him with the kids version of the cooking show, he's just so likable. Have you guys, I don't know, it might be what the algorithm feeding me shit, but have you kids, have you been getting posts on Facebook that like it's all letter K's and it says find the H and there's no H in there? There's no H in there. And then there's another one that says, uh, frame grab this and look at it. You'll be surprised. There's nothing. And it's just, Facebook is terrible. There's been 2 times in the past year that I've sent a message to Facebook support because they told me to. And I know it's Facebook because it actually goes into my room and they've never replied.
Zuckerberg.
Facebook sucks. And X is so full of conspiracies and bullshit. Well, yeah, but Ronnie, you don't even click on these things. They're just there. Oh, something big's about to happen comes up on X all the time. And it looks like you're going to be, those of you that are Catholic, it looks like it's going to be time to select a new pope soon. He's in critical condition. And
Conclave.
Yeah, isn't that ironic? But I do remember Pope John Paul died around Easter. And I'm not Catholic, but it was, it's so like ceremonial and all. And it happened during Easter. Like it ended, I think they picked the new Pope on Good Friday or something. But it was just such a spiritual time. Conclave's been nominated for all kinds of awards. I don't know how many it won.
It's won anything except they think he got scripts and Golden Globes.
Is Nosferatu in this year's?
I don't know. Oh, I think it was nominated for like makeup or cinematography or something.
Well, cinematography, I agree. It was just incredible.
Lay down, please.
And I understand why Wicked's not really getting awards.
Why?
Because it's like an adaptation of a Broadway play. And I mean, it could get adaptation, but that thing, set design, cinematography was also like incredible. But
maybe there was a backlash because of Cynthia Erivo with her like, remember all that nonsense right before the movie came out?
yeah, that didn't help. I like Conclave. I didn't see the movie with Timothée Chalamet, but a good portion of that was filmed 29 miles from here.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because he wasn't from Jersey. He was from Minnesota.
Yeah, but it was the backdrop. They were able to make it look a lot like there without a lot of traffic and all.
Next year we'll have the Bruce Springsteen movie with your favorite dude.
Oh God, that kid Jeremy, what's his name?
Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy Allen White. Ugh. He's the same character in everything he plays. The tortured soul.
With a lot of moles.
Doesn't your friend think he's gorgeous?
Jennifer thinks he's like hotter than anything. She just loves him to death. That's the whole reason she watched The Bear.
This season of The Bear Absolute garbage. The only episode, and it's so far outshined any of the upper. Did she get nominated for anything?
Who?
The Spanish lady?
Yeah, she's nominated for an Emmy.
When's the Emmys? They happened in September. And I think she won.
No, with the Golden Globe, she won a Golden Globe. She won something.
That episode of her like backstory was just phenomenal.
She won, cousin won, and he won. Your boy.
Oh God.
And it won Best Show.
Cousin stresses me out too. I think the guy Oliver Platt, is that his name?
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, but he's not in it enough.
Yeah, but they award him for just
And
episodes.
what's her face? Jamie Lee Curtis got like guest star or whatever she was.
Yeah, she was the mother. My future godson is properly baking.
Ew.
They do some tests where they check for fingers and toes and everything, and they've got so many tests today that they didn't even have 10, 15 years ago. My youngest nephew was born with a cleft palate, and it was very upsetting when he was a newborn. But then, like, I think he was 2 weeks old, and they did the surgery that closed the opening. And fortunately, everything was there. It just didn't connect. And the difference in his appearance was unbelievable. And today he's a full-grown man, successful. He's got a beautiful wife and the cutest kid in the world. My great niece. I have 2 great nieces and 1 great nephew. And I also have 2 nephews and 1 niece. And she's getting married next, or a year from this June, I think she told me. So that'll be exciting because she's a sweetheart. My oldest nephew lives down there with you guys in Florida now. My cousins, I don't really talk to. I mean, I talk to my one cousin. He's my second cousin. He's cousin Doherty's nephew. Him I talk to every now and then. But the rest of my cousins, I haven't seen. One of them I see occasionally, but that's been years. And the other ones I haven't seen for 15, 20 years. One of them, she's really nice. She's an author now. Oh, I gotta turn this heater off. It's freaking killing me. So it's going to be a long week. I got a lot to get done.
They have butterbeer flavored goldfish.
Butter what?
Butterbeer.
Butter beer goldfish. Those cheese crackers.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to try any more of their surprise bullshit. I got those ones that were supposed to be maple syrup from Elf. Remember when he's pouring syrup on the
they were
spaghetti?
disgusting.
They were disgusting with a capital disgust. Whoever came up with that should be fired.
Agreed.
I saw one empty space in the display, and I think that was the ones I bought as the test. I will tell you, though, they're not Triscuit. What are the other things? Wheat Thins. I got the Wheat Thins basil tomato.
Yep.
Oh, they're so good. The hot hers are good. Doritos happen to be the dog's favorite treat. And we got these tiny dog biscuits, tiny milk bones. And we got them for, what is that calendar thing called? The Advent calendar?
Yes.
You know, for Christmas, you got a door for every day from the 1st of December to the 25th. And we would put 2 Hershey Kisses in there. One was for Mrs. Biggins, one was for me. And 2 of those little biscuits. One was for Archer and one was for Sable. And this year, we've had that for like 3 or 4 years. And this was the first year we did every day. And so we still had that big old container, and Holly keeps it down here, and that's what she uses when she tries to coerce Sable to come in the house. I don't know if we're going to have any more snow this year.
Probably not.
I'm glad I didn't put more gas in the snowblower because you have to drain that thing totally or the gas goes bad and it messes up the engine. I ran the riding lawnmower out of gas. I got to fix that tire too, or just replace it. Paradise has been renewed. I believe we've been told for 2 more seasons.
Yeah, because that's what the guy wants to. That's how long he wants it to last.
It looks like we have a boy mouse running wild in the girl cage. I saw 2 tiny pink babies in there. I can't move them, their mother, so I need to find the boy. The other mice won't attack the babies. I remember the big deal as a kid was when our hamsters would have babies. Then we stopped getting 2 hamsters and stuck with 1. I got to tell you, we had growing up, my sister had at least 1, if not 2, guinea pigs, and they were assholes. So was our rabbits. They were assholes. My gerbil, Matilda, was awesome. My hamsters were assholes. I've always had good cats and dogs. Oh, I saw something today which was adorable. I saw a video of a cat that had 3 kittens, and the cat's owners found the kitten that was like cold and abandoned, and they brought it home and they sat it down, and the cat came out of her box, picked it up like it was one of her babies, took it in, and immediately the baby started feeding and she was cleaning it and all. It was so cute. I saw the same thing when Salma Hayek was visiting. Salma Hayek had her own baby that was breastfeeding, and she visited, I don't know if it was Sudan or where it was, but a woman who was all skin and bones had a baby that was all skin and bones, and Salma Hayek breastfed the baby, just whipped it out.
She's got big old titties, so
But isn't that what wet nurses were?
yeah.
It's amazing when you think about it, the creation process of children. You never know what I'm going to discuss on here, do you? Just never know. I'm all over the place.
Literally.
What's the temperature supposed to be tomorrow, Hal?
400 degrees.
Come on. Do you have your
Tomorrow, 56.
56, which is warmer than it was supposed to be today, but it got up there in the 50s. I think I saw at one point 55. Some horse shit like that. If you care to find me. What was the song I've been singing?
What, you mean the high note?
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
You're cheating.
Unlimited. 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 Unlimited.
Very good.
Where's Ernie? If he was in here, he'd be criticizing me.
Oh, I liked it. Oh, and I made sloppy joes the other day. Remember last week
She made sloppy joes
in the Instapot.
in the Instapot. I wasn't thrilled with the bread,
Well, I'm sorry.
the rolls.
You didn't like the rolls from Bagliani's this week or this time?
Not that one you had, but did you have it frozen?
Those were not frozen. Those were
Maybe
on
that was the
counter.
problem. It was out on the counter for like 2 or 3 days. But it was abusive.
Sorry.
But the fish and the salt potatoes made up for it.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
These potatoes and that fish.
They're big in Syracuse, New York.
And what do we have tonight? Ham.
Yes. You had ham. I had pastrami.
The pastrami was good.
Yes.
The ham was good.
Yes.
Unlimited.
There you go.
I'm like, what's Christina Vivero?
What? Cynthia Erivo.
What's Cynthia Erivo have that I don't have besides
Nothing.
fingernails and multiple piercings? Oh, excuse me. I got all my ladies in the room tonight.
Am I your lady?
Yes, you're my lady. All the single ladies, none of them are single though. Ronnie's married. J-Lo's married.
You should do the Beyonce dance.
Uh. They're finally making a new Nintendo Switch this year. I never played my old one. That's right. Ronnie says all the ladies in here are part of my harem.
Yes.
I got 4 more minutes, folks. See, I count the 5-minute countdown as part of your time that we spend together. So if you have any questions, please ask them so that I may answer them.
Oh, fuck.
There's Dora and Baby Ben. Box beauties. That's what you are. My harem. My chicks. Actually, no, death to the settler colony. Oh God. That's a name. You just found my stuff and you love it. Thanks. I'm a little concerned by the name, Death. But doesn't make you a bad person. I'm just saying. The name's a little alarming. Well, it looks like I'm going to wrap up here. And that has nothing to do with you coming in the room, Death. It's just I stay on for an hour and I've been on for 59 minutes. So I'll be shutting down now. But I will be back tomorrow. So see ya. Love you. Bye for now.